Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 NFC Championship Game post-game show. The Philadelphia Eagles are headed to Super Bowl 57 in Arizona after an impressive 31-7 win over the San Francisco 49ers at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the 49ers went head-to-head at Lincoln Financial Field on Sunday in the NFC Championship. And while the anticipated defensive battle initially unfolded with physicality from both sides, Philadelphia went on to absolutely dominate the contest. Despite an inconsistent uh, showing from a typically balanced offense, the Eagles produced when it mattered most. Uh, and with their tough nosed ground game, even more importantly, they uh, suffocated San Francisco's attack with a defensive front that left both Brock Purdy and fourth string replacement Josh Jackson injured, cruising to a 31-7 victory. Purdy, the 49ers' third different QB1 of the season, suffered an elbow injury on a first quarter strip sack, and returned and only returned to action when Johnson, his replacement, landed in concussion protocol. The Eagles, meanwhile, were nearly flawless in the end zone and enjoyed a steady ground game to steal a big win, which sends them to the Super Bowl. And so the Philadelphia Eagles are the NFC champions for 2022, and they are going to Super Bowl 57. And about to join me right now on the phone, my speakerphone is Keith Norman, better known as Keith in Lakewood. And you can hear Keith as a frequent call-in guest on the Big Show with Tony Rizzo on EMA 50 Sports Radio WKNR, and also on Saturday on Bruce Drennan Show on Sports Radio AMA 50 WKNR. And boy, boy, Keith, I gotta tell you, this game between the Niners and Eagles was just over from the time Purdy got injured, and then Johnson was over from the get go. And Philly just went on to dominate this contest. What are your thoughts on this? It's at halftime right now. Yes, they did. So do I. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Keith. I think you're right. Hey, you're right. They do need to do that to spite Mahomes' sprained ankle that he's playing on. To spite that, they need to put pressure on Mahomes if they want to win this game. And I think they will make those second half adjustments. And I think they will come back and win this. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But they need to come out and just dominate that second half. They need to do that if they want to win in this game. I think you're right. Yeah, no, he does not have one yet. And I agree. They have to do that. I agree 100%. They need to pressure Mahomes. That defense needs to do it. Exactly. Yeah, and they do. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think whoever has the ball last is going to come out on top. Yeah, well, we do have one half of it set, so we know Philadelphia is in on February 12th in Arizona. We do have, well, so we'll find out who their opponent will be, and I think whoever has that ball last, I agree, is going to come out on top. So we shall see. Is right, Keith. Yes, thank you for joining me, Keith, on my podcast, and we'll talk to you later. And Cavs are playing the Lakers tonight, or the Clippers, excuse me. Blah, blah. Yeah, we'll both check in on it. What we'll do. All right, Keith. Talk to you later, buddy. That was Keith Norman, better known as Keith in Lakewood. You can hear him on the Big Show with Tony Rizzo as a regular calling guest on Sports Radio AMA 50 WKNR, and with Bruce Drennan on Saturday on Sports Radio AMA 50 WKNR. Now, what I'm going to do is recap this game. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to give you the highlights. Uh, First quarter, Miles, it was a second and goal at the San Francisco 6. Miles Sanders left guard for the 6-yard touchdown. Elliott's extra point was good, and it was 7-0 Eagles in the first quarter. Then the 49ers had a fumble, and it was a second and 6 at the 50. Brock Purdy passing complete left to uh, uh, Elliott. And Hassan Reddick, Philadelphia, challenged the incomplete pass ruling, and the play was reversed. Brock Purdy sacked at the 40 for minus 10 yards, and Hassan Reddick fumbles uh, and was recovered by Joseph at the Philly 44. Uh, Brock Purdy was injured. That was the play he got injured on, and his return was questionable at the time. Yeah, Keith, what's going on, buddy? All right, and we'll see if they can hold that lead and get over the hurdle, get the win tonight. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, let's see if they keep it going. And I don't think Donovan Mitchell is playing tonight. I don't think. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, before we get him back. Yeah. Yeah, I believe, yeah, you're right. I think it was that first one you mentioned. I think it was Garland you had mentioned. I couldn't kind of miss. I yeah, yes, Donovan Mitchell, yes. Yeah, that's really great for that. I congratulate him on that. But we do have Jared Allen playing, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley. And I do believe that Isaac Okoro is starting tonight as well, I do believe. I think. And I can keep back in a minute, but right now. And then Philly had the punt after going three and out, three plays, 6 yards, and the 49ers had the punt after going three plays, 6 yards, three and out, and the Philly had the punt after going four plays, 11 yards after going three and out, and the Niners had the punt again after five plays and 6 yards, and it was 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. All right. And hopefully we'll be talking about a win. All right, Keith. Thanks so very much for joining me once again. Bye bye. That was Keith Norton with a Cavs update. That was an NBA basketball. There was the Cavs won, and they are up 65-34 at halftime. And Jared Allen has 10 points, and we'll hopefully be talking about a win when we get a wrap up, when we do a wrap up. So stay tuned for that. Second quarter between the Eagles and Niners. The Eagles had the punt after going three now, three plays 4 yards, and then San Francisco scored their first and only touchdown of the game. It was Christian McCaffrey right in for the 23-yard touchdown. Robbie Gould's extra point was good, and it was 7-7. It was tied at 7. And then the Philadelphia Eagles scored their second touchdown of the game. Jalen Hurts. Uh, it was Miles Sanders, excuse me, left in for the 13-yard touchdown. Uh, Elliott's extra point was good, and it was 14-7 Eagles. And this is when the Eagles just went on a run, and they never let up. Then San Francisco fumbled again. It was their second fumble of the game. Uh, Josh Johnson fumbles aborted at the San Francisco 31, recovered by Hassan Reddick at the San Francisco 30, and the Eagles got the ball back, and they capitalized with scoring their third touchdown of the game. Uh, it was I think it was Brandon Scott is his name, I believe. I gotta do a check on that name. I think it's Boston Scott. Excuse me. Yes, it is. Uh, It was Boston Scott right in for the 10-yard touchdown. Elliott's extra point was good, and it was 21-7 Eagles. And then there was Elliott kicked it off from the 66 yards from the Philadelphia 35 to San Francisco 3, and it was McLeod to the San Francisco 49 for the 42 yards gain. And then it was first and 10 to San Francisco 39. Josh Johnson's pass incomplete, short right to Nadam Gusah for no gain. And then John Johnson's pass short right to Deebo Samuel to the Philadelphia 48 for the 13-yard gain. And that was the end of the first half. And the Eagles were up 21-7 at the break. And then third quarter, San Francisco had the punt after 6 plays, 19 yards, going 3 and out. Philly had the punt after going 3 and out. After going 3 and out, 3 plays, 3 yards. San Francisco then had the punt after going 3 and out, 3 plays, no yards. And then the Eagles scored their fourth touchdown of the game. And it was Jalen Hurts up the middle for the 1-yard touchdown. Elliott's extra point was good, and it was 28-7 Philadelphia. And then the 49ers had a turnover on downs, and it was Deebo Samuel, right guard, to the San Francisco 43 for a -4 yards. And so that's why this was and that was the turnover on downs, and the Eagles got the ball back. It was 28-7 at the end of the third quarter. And then in the fourth, the Eagles scored their fifth touchdown of the game. And it was Gainwell. I need to see what the name is. Just hold on just a moment here. It was Kenneth Gainwell. There we go. I just wanted to get that name because I didn't want to mess it up. And it was Kenneth Gainwell, right guard to the San Francisco 13 for the 2-yard gain, and then Jordan Elliott. It was a field goal. They kicked a field goal. Jordan Elliott kicked a 31-yard field goal, 4th and 9 to San Francisco 13, and it was good. His 31-yard field goal was good. Excuse me, and it was 31-7 Eagles. And then the San Francisco 49ers fumbled again. And it was Deebo Samuel left end to the San Francisco 31 for -7 yards. Blankenship fumbles, and it was recovered by Blankenship at the San Francisco 31. And then, and there was Boston Scott for the 5-yard gain. It was first attempt at the left end to the San Francisco 26 for the 5-yard gain. And it was 2nd and 5 at the San Francisco 26. Boston Scott left tackle to the San Francisco 23 for 4 yards. 4th and 2. It was San Francisco 23. Kenneth Gainwell left guard to the San Francisco 17 for 6 yards. It was and then all the 1st and 10 is at the San Francisco 17 and 18, 2nd and 11. All Gardner Minshew had to do was kneel at the San Francisco 18 and 19 for the 1 yard. And nonetheless, the Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl. They're headed to Super Bowl 57. And I got to give the game balls to the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, 15 and 25 carries and attempts, 121 yards, no touchdown passes, no interceptions. Miles Sanders, 11 attempts, 42 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Devonta Smith, 2 receptions, 36 yards. So the Eagles go to Super Bowl 57 in Arizona. They're going, and the San Francisco 49ers will go into the offseason with a lot of questions, a lot of questionable things. And so the Eagles will wait their opponent, the winner of the AFC Championship game. And right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are leading the Cincinnati Bengals 13-6 in the third quarter with 13:29 to go. 1st and 10, Cincy has the ball, and they are threatening to make a comeback. So, as Keith said, their defense needs to put pressure on Mahomes, and I agree wholeheartedly with that. The team that has the ball last is going to come out on top. So we shall see what happens, and this has been first half has been one of these games that when they did have an interception in the first quarter. Started out as a they kicked because Cincinnati was up 6-0, and they were up 6-0 at they were up 3-0. Then it was then the Chiefs scored a touchdown. Yeah, because it was 6-3, and then it became 6-3. KC, and then they scored a touchdown. The Chiefs did, and it was 13-3. Then they had an interception in the second quarter, and then it was 13-7. Yeah, because it was, and they were up 3-0 in the first quarter. Then it was 6-0, and then the second quarter is when the Chiefs came on and scored. So that's where we stand right now. And right now, Cincy has the ball, and they are threatening. So, and the curve play was 2nd and 1 at Cincy 47. Bring up the middle to the KC 46 for 7 yards, and that's where we stand right now. So that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scout Sports 101 NFC Championship postgame show and AFC Championship game update show and Cavs update show. I'll be back with the AFC Championship game postgame show once it has concluded between the Bengals and Chiefs. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.